Hello students, in this class we are going to discuss about some important questions which are expected in your annual examination. So we'll choose first chapter number 3, chapter 3, that is human reproduction. Human reproduction. So here the most of the 5 marks questions are diagram based questions. So that's why here students are need to prepare those diagrams and label the parts. So which is very essential here, labeling the parts of the diagram. So now I'll choose one of the important 5 marks question. Draw and neat labeled. So the question is maybe expected like this: draw and label. Draw and label, or sketch and label, or draw a neat labeled diagram. Like this question will be asked, which is usually expected for 5 marks. And let us be how to draw this diagram that we discuss. So here first I'll choose the female reproductive system, that is female reproductive system of man, or human female reproductive system, right? Female reproductive system. So it includes the main organs, primary organs here, ovaries and uterus and the fallopian tubes. Like, so let us see that whole the sectional view of the diagram. So even in lateral view is also there, but in the examination, if they ask you the female reproductive system, draw neat labeled diagram of female reproductive system when they asked in the question paper. So you go to the front view of sectional view of the female reproductive system. So this is also almost bisymmetric diagram even in female male reproductive system. So this is what the center of the page you can choose, and so start with the diagram here like this. So make the small arc here, right? Arc like structure. Then you may continue this one, and you make the funnel like structure here because it is become a uterus, right? So in this way you can draw, and little more you can extend this one, right? So see here, how to draw this diagram is very important and in easy way. So make this rough drawing, and later on you can make it complete. So you can extend this is in this form. And on the same side this also. That is what the fallopian tube it is, right? This is the reason we should show the ampulla and isthmus. right? Then you can show the finger like projections like here, right? These are the finger like projections. Parts we will label later. Yes, and here you can show the ovary, which is usually connected to the external wall here. This is some of oval shape we can show. Ovaries, a pair of ovaries are there either side of this uterus. So almost you can show it is equal sized. This is what the ovary, right? So ovary, and later on the inner lining of the uterus also you can show. This is the inner lining. Next you can show this. That's what you can say the endometrium. The same way in this side also can show. See here, this is what the even external genitalia we can say. Right, you can extend and lines you can mention here. A little more extensions you can show. This is what the finger like projections which are referred as fimbriae. These structures are called fimbriae. Yes, this is also right. So now almost diagram is over. So this lining you should show. A very simple diagram it is. Okay, this is the enough, right? So here actually three linings are there. Here three layers. Right. So now this female reproductive system diagram is almost over. It's enough. Okay. So then you must label the parts. Very important to label these parts. So the first part is that this is what we can draw it as the fallopian tube. What is that? Fallopian fallopian tube. There, this is a, you can consider right fallopian tube. This is left fallopian tube, right? So here, in each fallopian tube, we may observe that 3 or 4 regions, important region, 3 regions are there here. First one is this one, which is attached to the uterus, which is opened into the uterus. This one, the narrow tube, that is called, yes, isthmus. Isthmus, right? Isthmus. And this is the wider region, we call it as ampulla. Ampulla, right? And next part is infundibulum. Ampulla, and this is the reason we can show infundibulum. Infundibulum, right? So next, these finger-like projections are called, yes, fimbriae. Fimbriae, finger-like projections, fimbriae. Okay, and this is what we call the ovary. Also, you can mention it as the, yes, the ovary, right? We will consider it as the right ovary and left ovary, right? And here we can mention here, yes, uterus. Uterus, and this portion of the uterus is called fundus, uterine fundus. Uterine fundus. Next, this the wall of the uterus has 3 layers. The outer one, so you can take first here, middle, inner one. Inner one is called endometrium. Endometrium. Middle one is called myometrium. Myometrium. And the outer layer is called, outer wall is known as perimetrium. Yes, it is called perimetrium, right? This is what the uterine wall. Uterine wall, which has 3 layers: inner endometrium, middle myometrium, perimetrium, right? So next, the cervix. So this is the reason we call it as cervix. This is cervix, right? And this is called vagina. Vagina. These are the parts you should mention. So this is what the connective you can mention, either you can leave, no problem. At least 10 labelings you should count. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. So at least you should label 10 minimum labelings. Right labelings should be 10. Then only you will get the 5 marks for this diagram. Okay, so even only if you only draw the diagram, so you will not get the marks. These students, you practice this one and label the all 10 parts. Okay, so usually if they ask you or draw and label or sketch and label the diagram, no need to explain anything, right? So only you practice this for many times until it become perfect. Okay, so and even in short time also you can draw, because it's a very simple diagram. Okay, so here you can use the symmetric diagram also.